Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Right at it.
Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem was what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just gon' change. I ain't get caught up in the hype, cause I ain't feel like I made it. Couldn't picture me here now, but here's your moment to frame it. And I ain't never understand that self-entitlement spirit. I felt your vibe, I don't wanna get near it. Before I made the appearance, I took a second, took a look in the mirror. This God, Lord, the only thing that I fear. Y'all got me fucked up. This all passion, it's tradition, it ain't fashion. It's no action, they make threats and it's still passing. I think massive, no respond, that's still tact. Y'all should quit rapping. Cheap shots, I'm cinematic. I ain't average, I'm an overthrow fanatic. How I go, you lose and win like asthmatics. I got first, that's automatic. I'm the best in my division. In the ghetto like the pigeons, in the hood like the engine. You a bird for that chicken. I don't fake split decisions cause my mind made up, nigga. We in the end of time, but my time ain't up, nigga. I was young and running wild and wide-eyed like a cabbage patch. I had to get it as vivid, adapted to my habitat. It's certain shit I won't do, certain shit you can't prove. My shit sound like a payday, yours like more when the rent. If I had $1 for every dime you counted, I would be broke. Watch it be close, got a better chance, boxing the ghost. And they know I'm raw, and they know the squad, and I'm feeling large, still in charge. I don't make it follow, I follow the law. Standing tall like they hear on Mars. I just got a call from my bro, he behind the wall, he told me let it off. Niggas lying for some cat, I got a different line in me. Everybody intimidated, I got that God in me. You get focused on them dimes, I'd rather keep my nine with me. Help me get this off the ground, just know you won't fly with me now.
I try to make the news, I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' be the deal. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home with the truth, I ain't never had to choose.
I'm trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're
As soon as you're ready. Yep. Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Rakathom, Yahweh Shemata Bashem Yahshai to all the brothers and the sisters. Wednesday night scripture breakdown class in DC, I.S.U.P.K, Washington, DC, under Commanding General Yahanna since 1969. Been teaching the truth about the Bible, the Jews being black, the white man being the devil, and our King Christ is a black man who's going to return and rule this earth. All right. I know the season we're in. Tomorrow is the, one of the highest holidays in the entire earth. So satanic and so backwards and antichrist, so-called Christmas, right? It's supposed to be tomorrow, December 25th. But you know, that's not the birthday of Christ, and its birthdays are against the spirit of the Bible. Birthdays are not our culture. That's not our culture at all. Birthdays, celebrating birthdays is the culture of the heathens. I'll pull that tonight, as well as next week is going to be another satanic high point, the New Year, where every whore is going to say she has a New Year resolution. And little does she know she's resolute to go on 10 more rods, 10 brand new ones by the end of the next year, right? Every drug addict has a resolution and will get high, most high, right? That the new year is not January 1st. That's the dead of winter. There's nothing new. Everything is dead and old. The new year is in the springtime. So we're going to get those two and some history of it for you, as well as power from the Lord. Power from the Lord, which is something everybody should be aspiring to and, you know, striving for. Absolute power from the Lord. All right. And that's what the Lord called us to get. The Lord he is the most powerful. He is the power. And we should strive to get all power from him. All right. If anybody has any questions, now is the time. Go ahead. Anything if you're in the on the chat, just type your questions in. The brother's definitely gonna get it for you. All right. Go ahead and make sure all your phones on vibrate too, please.
Okay.
All right. Might want to dip that lower. Yep, and Shabbat. Oh, what's going on? What's going on, Trinidad? How you feeling?
Yeah, too opposite.
You know what I mean? Give me the little lower. Yeah, right there. The little, yeah, that's too up. I think that's too up for me. All right. Okay, so what we dealing with?
Pastor, who is Josephus and why do people like kind of quote him? Like what historical importance?
I had the book. Okay. I have the book. I just don't have it with me. Okay, Josephus. Go ahead, finish your question, Salaki.
Yeah, like I hear a lot of people like try and quote Josephus, like, but who is he and like why is he important if he is important?
Okay, not so much as important, but okay, let me tell you who he is first. He was a historian. I believe he was an Israelite. But he was a historian on Israelite history, right? And Jewish history, the state of Jerusalem. He was that type of historian. Now, his book, the Josephus, is like almost like medieval Europe. That book that we have, but it's an account. I believe he was a contemporary just after the time of Christ or before. I forget exactly where, but he was very close to that time, right? And he wrote a very objective historical account of different things in our culture and about our nation. A good deal of it is true, right? Not every single thing in there is you could take, but a great deal of it from what the generals broke down is true, and you could take with it. Because some of his accounts line up with the biblical history, right? Like the Hakonica, the what call it, occupation of Jerusalem.
Okay.
All that, you could find that in Josephus. You could find some history about Moses. Moses was a military general in Egypt. He wasn't just viceroy or vice president. That's what Moses was high up in Egypt. He was basically running Egypt. Right, but he also had military strategy. There's a few other significant things that if right now escaping. But those two is what I remember. But the Josephus, the book is a historical book. Like, brothers reference it not to go with the Bible, but for people who want more. You know what I mean? For people who want more, you could use certain books to show them, hey, this is saying the exact same thing. I think in Josephus has the account of the flood as well, but from different cultures, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So not so much that it's important, but it's a resource like medieval Europe or from Babylon to Timbuktu or stuff like that. All right. There's definitely some poignant things in there, but I wouldn't say, okay, he's important like it's a lost book or something. You get the point?
Okay.
It's just a history book. That's what you want to look at.
Okay.
All right. That was it.
Yeah, Constance, that's it. I don't have anything online right now, sir.
Okay.
But I know history speaking, as soon as I say that, about 5 of them will come up.
Yeah, well, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely early on. If anybody in class has anything.
Yes, Salaka, sir.
Yeah, come on with it.
Right. You know, just and you know, especially like around this time, right?
Mhm.
It's like, you know, to get you being in the truth, you know, a little bit, and you know, getting the breakdown and the understanding behind the spirit of Christmas now and New Year's, right? I know it's like for brothers and sisters, you know, watching online and you know, as you know, you start to learn the truth and get to understand, you know, that we as a people not supposed to be, you know, partaking of the customs, you know, of the heathen, right?
Right.
So it's like, you know, to really it's like how to word it, but you know, it's like business now, you know.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes they tell your brothers and you know, as you say, your people that hey, this is our time of business, right? And being, you know, seeing their spirit and say, yeah, I understand. You know, it's like how we should go about, you know, in really that we say how to put it, but go about in you not having that mindset, hey, like I get that warning, and you're still, you know, intaking heat towards it now. So it's yeah.
Okay. I think I understand a little bit of what you're saying. Right. You're
Yeah.
saying, so how do you go about waking them up, or how do you go about maintaining your spirit to not be angry that they're not listening?
Right. It go both ways because it's like the same thing like when Jonah now when I was going to Nineveh.
Right.
And you know, he was just like, you know, well, hey, these people, you know, have an idea of who the Lord is, but yet still they don't want to take heed towards
Okay.
it now. So it's like basically, you know, both ways now. Yeah.
Okay. So okay, let's go with waking them up first, right? Get me in the Apocrypha. In Ezra's. Just not trying to think of the paraphrase. In the Apocrypha, give me Ezra's where he said, where the angel was telling him, this is the burden of each generation. Hold up. Let me see if I could get it with you. So I would start there first, right? I would start here first. Where he said, this is the burden of each generation, or such is the paraphrase is escaping me. Hold on.
I got the condition of the battle, sir.
Is that Ezra's?
Yeah, Kawaka, second Esdras, chapter Salaki. I got it right here, 7 and 57.
Let me hear that.
Kawakan. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Okay, I could use that too. Where you at, 7 and what?
7 and 57, sir.
7 and 57.
Yes, like yes, I want as well too.
Come on.
Second Ezra 14 and 14. Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavily unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
No, not that one. Right? 1 second. I'm forgetting the paraphrase of it, but he's basically telling Ezra that because it's right where Ezra says, "Why was I born to see these things?" Ezra was arguing with the angel, and he was saying, "Why?" He's like, "Curse the day," or "Why was I born to see the heathen over us?" Hold on 1 second, man. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. I'll probably skip that. If anybody find it, let me know. But it's right where he's saying, "Why am I born to see, to see us being under the heathen?" Go ahead. Come on.
Verse 17, 2nd Ezra 14 and 17.
2nd Ezra 14 and 17.
Call, sir.
Somebody read it, please. Go ahead.
It's 2nd Ezra 14 and 17.
Mm-hmm.
But look how much the world shall be weaker through age.
Mm-hmm.
So much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
No, Savak, it's just definitely not there. Okay, go to 2nd Ezra 10. Because that was the one you called 7 and what?
7 and 57, sir.
7 and 57.
Kawaka. I think I might have what you asking for, sir.
Go
2nd
ahead.
Ezra 6 and 57.
6
now,
Go ahead.
Kawaka, sir. Kawaka. Oh, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Right, go ahead.
Kawaka. Verse 58. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
Right. It's definitely around here somewhere.
And then that's the end of 6, sir. And it
That's
goes
the end
into
of 6. I see running into 7. Hold on. Who could go into the sea and look upon it? Okay, it might be around here. Somebody could read through it. I'm gonna just move on for time's sake. But the angel's response to him was is basically telling Ezra how he's complaining. He's strong enough to handle this burden, and that every generation has its burdens to handle, and you would not survive the other burden. That's basically what he's telling. I just forget the paraphrase. So the angel, in essence, is telling him, imagine you was born in the 50s or the 60s, right? And you was born through civil rights, and roundabout when you hit 20, 25, you lived through the crack epidemic. And then you complaining about, man, why do I have to see my people like this? And you wish you was born at another time. And the angel telling you, you couldn't survive another time. You think crack is bad. You'd have killed yourself in slavery. You get the point? Like each generation is strong enough for that time and has that burden to bear, right? It might be right where you say this is the condition of the battle, but I want to believe is right. He kept complaining about being born in this time, about seeing this and seeing that, and I can't remember the exact part. All right, so you could so I'm gonna paraphrase it for you. So if anybody find it, please let me know. So basically, this is go ahead. You say something? Okay, so basically, what he's saying, you gotta lead that over. Salaki, I get any feedback. You was gonna say something, so what?
I was just saying, cancer.
Okay, no sweat. So basically, what he's saying, what the one I was referencing is saying, first you gotta remember this here is your battle. So really, I could use what Kazak pulls. Kazak, give me that again. 7 and what? 57.
7 and 57, sir. Khan. Second Esdras, chapter 7, verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Right? This is the condition of the battle. So wherever you are as you do in the work of the Lord, right? You're going to encounter things another man may not encounter. You're going to encounter ups and downs that somebody else might have downs and ups. You might interact with a certain type or a certain culture that another brother or sister may not interact with. But that's your battle. That's you how to take that on. You get the point? That's where I want to set your mind. This is for everybody. You have to set your mind there. Go ahead. What you got?
Someone online said 2nd Esdras 5 and 34.
Okay.
Fiery furnace fierce. Fiery furnace finished.
I don't think so. I don't think so. The paraphrase is really it's the words in it is beating me right now. But what is it? 5 and what?
5 and 35.
And he said unto me, thou canst not. And I said, where, Lord, whereunto I was born. Yeah, it's somewhere around here then. Hold on. Okay, this is where he complaining. He's surely complaining here. Right? It's hard to kind of zero it in because both books, Esdras is complaining to this angel. Both books. Somebody read it down and see if he tells him anything about the generation or those who living now in chapter 5. But it's definitely that part there is for sure him complaining. All right. So what? So for every brother, really, but of course, with your question, you're gonna encounter things that is like it might seem different to accounts you hear, or it might progress a different way than what you would see in different places. You just have to remember this is the condition of your battle, right? It's like playing sports. When you play sports, so for sure, in a place like Trinidad, your home games, your field. But when you go for the away games, some of them fields have stones right in the middle. The corner flag have a hole. You get the point? And you're required to beat that team on that fucking field. Like, you can't go and complain and say, I ain't playing because the field is shit. You had to beat that team on that field, no matter how the ball bounce, who foot go in the hole and break the foot. You understand what I'm saying? Right? You had to beat that team on that field, and there's more glory for doing it like that, right? It's more glory because now with all the excuses that the field presents, you still get the job done. So now, just in general, you had to have everybody should have that mindset of this is the condition of the battle. This is what is laid in front of me. I can't complain about nothing else. I have to get this done, right? So that's the first thing. That's the first part of it. Where I wanted to go next is give me in not in the Apocrypha. Give me where he said, "Marvel not if they hate you."
John chapter 3.
1 John 3 and 13.
So like I had 3 and 7, but yeah, I think that's the right one. I got the wrong one, sir.
No, yeah, I want 1 John 3 and 13. What you have?
If I may, it's 2nd Esdras 5 and 53. And 54. Consider thou before also how that ye are less of stature than those that were before you.
That's it to water. God damn, this about to happen. If I dog that shit down now, Salaki, brother. Listen, it was beaten, man. But I listen, I know he was complaining. There was a whole ton of complaining he was doing. And rightfully so. It's all I would think is almost like how it is now. You see how people is like, why they doing this to us? Why we always had to do this? Why we have no power? You heard up in Glen Burnie, them ICE done shot somebody up in Glen Burnie tonight or this morning around 11 o'clock. They went to get some Portuguese nigga, and they say some Zebulonite brothers in the car. Shots was fired. Nobody don't know who, what, where, but somebody gets stretched out. And you would think a Somalian would get shot by now or beaten after stealing $1 billion. You would think every Afghan would get beaten and the head cracked after that fool shot them 2 National Guards. You would think there would be a ton of Afghan protests. Stop pulling us over. No justice, no peace. You would think them white boys would wreck Afghan Christmas. Flip everything over. No gifts. Go in the house, tear up the gifts. None of that shit happening. So now you would look to yourself and be like, why is this happening to me? Why am I even born here? Why I have to be living through this bullshit? Right? And that's Ezra's running it down. So go ahead. He is at 5 and what? 5 and
53. I read 53, but also 54.
Right? Go ahead.
Khan. Second Ezra 5 and 54. Consider thou therefore also.
Start at 53 again.
Khan, verse 53.
Uh-huh.
And she shall answer thee, they that be born in the strength of youth are of one fashion, and they that are born in the time of age when the womb faileth are otherwise.
Right. So the angel answering him and saying, the answer to this is like a woman who giving birth, a woman who bringing forth children from the womb. And they're saying, even though this woman is bringing forth these children, the same woman, the child she brings forth in her youth, when she's just at childbearing age, is going to be a different experience to that child when she's older. You get the point? Go ahead.
Verse 54. Consider thou therefore also how that ye are less of stature than those that were before you. And so are they that came after you lessened than ye.
Precept for LeBron Jordan. I have to stick it to you. I'll stick it to you. So I couldn't resist. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it, yo. I couldn't help it, yo. I mean, you know, I like to troll with the young brothers. Yeah. Go ahead.
Khan. As the creatures which now begin to be old and have passed over the strength of youth. Then said I, Lord, I beseech thee, if I have found favor in thy sight, show thy servant by whom thou visitest thy creature.
Right. So it's like that's what he's saying. He's like, each generation has its things to deal with. Right? Each generation has its things to deal with, and you stand lesser in stature than your generation before. You can handle what they went through. And the generation after, they ain't gonna be able to handle what you went through. So it don't make no sense complaining to be born where. You understand? Like you born here, you want to go back to there. If that's the case, you would not be able to survive that thing. And you want to be born in the future, well, the future generation is going to be weaker than this generation. He's saying deal with what's in front of you. That's what you want to. Deal with what's in front of you. You get the point? Let's get 1 John. All right, 1 John 3 and 13.
Come on. 1 John 3 verse.
Anybody want a little bit more, right? You'll get done. You don't have to wait. Let everybody eat if they want to eat, all right? Go ahead, Ak.
Kawakan. 1 John chapter 3, verse 13. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you. We know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
Okay, is this the one I want? Because it hated me first, or it rejected me first?
No, unless it's before this. Let me check.
Hold on.
Nah, so it's not that one.
Okay, read 13 again.
Kawakan. 1 John chapter 3, verse 13. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you.
Okay. Hold on. Hate me first or rejected me first.
That's John 15 and 18.
Let me hear that.
Come on. John chapter 15, verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
I'll take that one instead, right? If the world hates you, know that it hated me before it hated you. So as you go to do this work, you're probably not going to get accepted by everybody. You get the point? Not everybody is going to give you the same favor. Not everybody is going to respond to you in the same way. You cannot take it personal as a priest of the Lord. It's like any profession. It's like if you was, selling cars or something. If they don't want to buy, it's not you. You understand? Like you don't take it personal. Understand that they rejected the Lord first, and they are rejecting the Most High. They are rejecting Christ. If they don't hear what you say, they're not rejecting you. They're rejecting Christ. So now that should temper your anger. And believe you me, I fully understand how you feel. I fully understand how you feel, where it's like, nigga, just go knock your head then. If I'm sounding crazy, just go bang your head until you end up in the hospital. Right? Because that's what's going to happen. Whoever won't listen, they're going to have to feed us on the back end. But that's not by your doing. Remember, your job is just to speak. It's just to speak. The Bible literally says your job is the foolishness of preaching. It literally says that. Right? It's the foolishness of... Take that off my board, please. That was a whole joke. I've been a counsel over LeBron and Jordan. And that ain't happening. Right? Right? The Bible literally calls it the foolishness of preaching. So as you go to do the job and explain to people and let people know what it is, they more than likely may not listen. They probably won't want to hear you. But you still have to do it, even though it's like, why? Because they ain't listening. Like what to do next? They ain't listening. Keep speaking. Now you hear that in every camp. Keep speaking. You stick on a scripture. You get stuck on a point. Somebody in the back will just tell you, keep speaking. Just keep speaking, keep speaking. So those two things is like your foundation. Your foundation of, okay, this is my battle. This is the condition of where I fight and how I fight. And then after that, what the job I'm doing is not personal to me. It's not that personal at all. I'm delivering a message. That's it. I didn't write this. I didn't adjust it. I didn't make any additions or subtractions to it. This message was given to me, and I'm passing this message on to you. You getting angry about it, it doesn't affect me. I can't take it personal. You're rejecting the Lord. You're not rejecting me. You're rejecting who sent the message, not the messenger. So that's your foundation. Now, so from there, right? What you want to do is you want to examine who you're dealing with, right? This is an extreme example. Let's say for some reason you get a slavery in Venezuela or Puerto Rico, and you have to go there. It pays good. I mean, like good money, couple $100,000 US for the year. You set, right? It's tax-free. But it's in a country like Venezuela or Puerto Rico or Honduras. As you go there to do your slave, what adjustments will you have to make in order to just live, to just survive there? What adjustments will you have to make? Let me let the brother answer, all right? No, let me let Sowap answer, all right? Go ahead.
Yes, like yes, sir. One of the first adjustments you had to make is like a language barrier. Now.
Okay.
You learning, trying to, learn, as you say, the local language in order to move around or to converse with the people.
Okay. So the first thing you'll have to do is learn the language, right? Right?
Can't, sir.
All right. What else? What else would you have to do? What other adjustments you'll have to make or figure out or deal with?
Well, the next adjustment, is getting to know, the surroundings, the eating,
We got some
you
food there too. I don't know if you want to party or the
right,
food. We could get done with either one. All right.
right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the surroundings. You want to know, as I say, the location where you might be at, right? Then you have to do it with eating as well too. Ways there. Let me say their local dish, right? So that just on for me,
Okay, you
right?
get familiar with the surroundings, the local dish. All right. Anything else? Go ahead.
Learning the local customs,
Learning local customs.
in terms of respect how people communicate.
So really like the culture. You have to now learn the culture of the place, right? Which is the local customs he's talking about. You have to learn the culture of the place. Know how people interact with each other. Know everybody's standard. You want to know what you could do and what you can't do, because what worked for you in Trinidad probably won't work in Honduras or Venezuela or Puerto Rico. Or something you never probably thought about. Now you have to think about that there, because this is how the people, are there. Or something you probably might say in Trinidad. It's normal. You might say it. Trinidad people would know what you're talking about. But you go to another country, you say that same phrase, and that's fighting words. You get the point? So you're going to have to learn the culture. Now, you're going to have to do that if you're just going to live there and do a slave. Now, imagine you go in there to start a business. So imagine you go in there to start a business where you're going to be hiring people, you're going to be providing services. You're going to have to learn a lot more than that. That's just the basic things to learn and adjust to live there. If you're going to start a business, you got to learn the business laws. You got to learn the tax codes. You got to learn what's a decent wage to pay somebody. You're going to learn conflict resolution there. What's justice there for them versus how you all would handle it back home. You get the point? So now, with that said, when you come into the truth, brother, you are entering into an entire different country. You're going into a whole new world. You dress different. You talk. You have a whole new name. So you are going to have to now study these people and find out what gets them to tick. You understand? Your approach to them has to be a little bit different, because now you're trying to fish them. There's a certain time you're trying to, teach or blaze or cut them. But at the same time, you're trying to fish. So you're going to have to figure out what these people, what gets them going, what gets them ticking, what is preoccupying their mind. You're going to have to be able to find that out. What is they thinking? And then you're going to have to become a voice for them, because they can't say what they're thinking or they can't articulate it. So you're going to have to say it. And as they hear you say it, it's like you could read their mind. That's what they'll say. It's like, man, it's like he read my mind. That's exactly what I was feeling. Damn, I need to go check this person out. You get the point?
Answer.
Right? So you're going to have to take on that. Give me Romans 11 and 14. Right? So what? You give me that one.
The book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 14.
Give me, start at 13.
Can. The book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 13. For I speak to the Gentiles.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Can. For I speak to the Gentiles. For I speak to you, Gentiles. In as much as I am the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify mine office.
Right. What is that saying? Break that down for me.
Right? Is like, he bringing or bringing back his mindset as he was in that time being in the world, right? So he would have a clear understanding, you know, of what they would be thinking.
Simpler.
Right.
Simpler than that. Not so far. It's right there. I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch I am the apostle of the Gentiles.
Right. So he's speaking, right, to the Gentiles, right, as you know, as a person understanding, you know, their mindset.
Okay, and why does he understand their mindset?
Because he was once a Gentile.
Because he is.
Salakia.
He is. Like, okay, it's part of the teaching, right? You're right when you say he was once, but it's part of teaching. You hear it all the time when we're on the podium, right? Where somebody would say, y'all need to leave America behind. Y'all need to leave the church. You need to obey God. And what does the brother? I don't know if you've ever experienced it. So sometimes up here when you come up for Passover and stuff, you might be in camp. What do you hear from somebody behind, from somebody in the back of the camp?
They would you know, inform you of what to say, right? And then they would tell you, keep, well, say this.
It's something else. It's something specific. You probably haven't experienced it. All right, anybody else want to try it?
We need to get out of America.
We need to get out of the church. We need to obey God. Right? You probably have never experienced it, but I know you've heard that, right? Right? But a lot of brothers in here have experienced that thing where you say, you all need to do this and you need to do that. And somebody will say, we. Say we instead. Go ahead.
Like if I may get a shot at
Go ahead.
I about to say, Paul was saying, like, I come from where you came from. So, like I'm one of you, and saying everything that you're going through, I experienced it. I was you.
I am you.
I am you.
That's the way you had to get with it. So you understand?
Like, I mean,
1 second. Stay right there. So you understand? So
Answer.
So that's why he says, say we. We need to stop doing this. We as a people. When you're teaching Black, Latino, and Native Indian people, or First Peoples, you can't separate yourself. And sometimes, as you speaking, you could say something like, y'all this, because you are not living how they live now. However, if you separate yourself, why would somebody come join you? Like nobody would come join you if you separate yourself. It'll just be like going to the church. The pastor would see you waiting at the bus stop and wave and drive straight to church. And you had to catch that bus to go. He would not stop and pick you up because he doesn't see himself in you. He doesn't see, hey, that's my brother standing, my sister at the bus stop. They come into my same church. Stop and pick them up, or go to church and send the wife, the first lady, back with the car to pick everybody up. He's not going to do that because he doesn't see himself as one of us. He sees himself above. He sees himself as somebody to be served. You had to pick him up. He doesn't have to pick you up. If you're going to fish, you're going to get people to listen. You have to be one of them. You have to show them that you are them. You get the point? Now, don't be one of them in the strip club. I ain't saying do that shit. Don't be that zealous. Don't be that zealous. Yeah, I mean, ass. Your head just bouncing like this in the eye. Don't be that zealous. You get the point? But you're gonna have to. You have to study the people. You have to study the landscape, study the field, And then you have to now make sure you're not carrying it like you are separate or removed from them, because nobody would want to follow you. You get the point? Go ahead and finish your point up.
That's exactly what I was about to say. When I'm fishing, how, you know, General Muhammad had brought it up. The best way to fish is to let somebody know that you came from where they came from. You're the same person they were. I mean, they are. You are
exactly. You have to be able to identify with them, and you have to be in a way where they can identify with you, right? I'm gonna give you an example just for time's sake, right? No, you could pull it. Give me Exodus 4. All right, and we'll come right back to Romans. Give me Exodus 4. I believe it's 4. So we do have a couple questions. No, not 4. Hold on. Give me Exodus 2. And start at 11. Somebody read.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 2 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting in Hebrew, one of his brethren.
Right. If anybody needs it, this is a precept to prove that Moses knew he was an Israelite, even though he lived in Pharaoh's house. Because he said he went out from Pharaoh's house to look on his brethren, the burdens of his brethren. And he saw an Egyptian, who was the slave master, beating a Hebrew, which is his brother, right? Which is his people. Again, Moses didn't separate himself. Moses wanted to see how his people was doing. So he went out as one of his people. He didn't go out with the entourage. He went out like a civilian, right? Go ahead.
It's like verse 12. And he said, certainly I will be fine.
Verse 12.
I don't know what kind of say. Finish 11. So like it. Verse 11.
Exodus 2 and 12.
It's like Exodus 2 and 12. And he said, certainly.
Am I looking at the wrong thing?
Oh, I'm reading on Salakia, Cap. I'm so sorry. Verse 12. And he looked this way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand.
Right. Moses saw what would be what you would call police brutality, or America's abuse of blacks, Latinos, and First Peoples in Egypt. And Moses, he looked around, he looked over his shoulder, and he killed that Egyptian and buried him right there in the sand. Moses was infuriated by what he saw, because why? He chose to experience life as one of his people, which is a far cry from any leader we have ever had. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. And when he went out the second day.
Just disclaimer. What Moses did was wrong, and Moses knew it was wrong. How you know he knew it was wrong? Not you, Shapat. How did he know it was wrong? Go ahead.
Because he buried him.
He buried him. That's one. There's another one.
And he fled.
Well, he didn't flee then, because we're going to read. He came back the next day. But he buried him. That's one. There's another one.
He looked.
He looked
before he did the actions.
Why? If it was not wrong, why did he look? He's viceroy. Remember, he's in charge of Egypt. The only person above him in Egypt is Pharaoh. He didn't need to look around. He could have just did it, but he knew murder was wrong. You get the point? Just in case anybody take this clip and say I'm inciting violence against the Egyptians. I'm not. This is an example. All right. Go ahead, Al.
I was gonna say, so he looked around to make sure that no one's seen.
That's what it says. He said he looked. Hold on. It says he looked this way and that, meaning this way and that way. He looked around to make sure nobody there. He scanned, and when he saw that there was no man, once there was nobody there, he went and did his business. You understand? Which you should never do. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, I think you just answered the question, but there's a question on topic is from It's Ghostly, bruh. It says, was he wrong because the revenge is the Lord's?
He was wrong because that's murder. That's murder. Justice is a system. Justice is an absolute system. And yes, revenge is the Lord's. You get the point? But that was absolute murder. That would, if you did that today, that would be murder. You get the point? That would be absolute murder. If J.D. Vance did it, it would be murder. There's still a system of justice. All right. Let's keep going.
Okay, so verse 13. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together.
So he went back home and he could not believe what the hell was going on in Egypt with his people. So he decided, let me go back out there one more day and see, because I can't believe this is how they're living. So as he going back out again, he said he saw what? Behold, 2 men of the Hebrews.
Behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together.
Right. As he go back out the second day, he saw 2 Israelites fighting each other. Fighting each other. So Moses, all in one, he saw 2 things in Egypt in 2 days. He saw police brutality one day, and he saw black on black crime the other day. Our condition in America is not because we lazy and shiftless and we just a bunch of criminals. The way we live in America is because of being under oppression and slavery from America. Just like the Hebrews was under oppression and slavery in Egypt. It's the same thing. He went out one day and saw police brutality. He went out the other day and saw black on black crime. Anytime we bring up police brutality, what do they say right after? Anytime we bring it up, what do they say?
But y'all killing your own people.
Y'all killing your own people. So what if a white man kills a black man? Y'all kill more than anybody else. You the problem. You Egyptian. You the problem. You American, you are the problem. You the reason the police is killing us, or white privilege is killing us, and you the reason we kill each other. Just like in Egypt. Right? Keep reading.
And he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou wherefore smitest thou thy fellow?
Right. So he took the one who did the wrong, who he thought was doing the wrong thing. He turned to him and said, why are you hitting this brother? Why are you beating this brother? Right? Which is what, okay, he felt the responsibility now to bring peace to the situation. You get the point? And sometimes that could be what you might feel seeing something happen. But you got to remember, Moses is coming from Pharaoh's house. Moses ain't coming from around the corner. Moses is not riding the bus or the donkey with them. Moses is not making bricks with straw with them. You get the point? So, of course, why is you all fighting? Why the fuck not to fight? What do you mean, why are we fighting? What are you talking about, why not to fight? We're not living like you, Moses. You get the point? You living in Pharaoh's house, you got water, you got this, that, the other. We out here in this sun making bricks with straw in the desert. We not living like you. So a problem, a shoulder bump, a rough answer from one person, we gonna fight. You could suffer a lot more offenses because your life is not like ours. You get the point? And that's really, again, parallel to today with what you would hear rich Negroes or Uncle Toms or them Christian preachers. It's like, I walk around and the people who give me the most problems is my own. So who else would give you problems? Trump? Elon Musk? Nigga own Tesla. What fucking problem he could give you? He's happy, nigga. You all see Jeff Bezos? Since he sell that damn company, not sell the company, what he did? He give shares over or something? He stepped down as CEO. So he owns it still, but somebody else running the shit. That nigga is the happiest nigga in the world. He getting married on the fucking Italy and the what's the river place? Venice. He on the water. He just happy going. What problem could he do? What could he really do to you to make you angry? He can't do anything. The people at the bottom of society is going to be angry. That's where you're going to get your problems from. And if you could understand that, you could begin to do some work, right? So Moses didn't get that part. Shapat, you had your hand up?
Snark, sir, I'm just wondering where we was at. I figured it out, sir.
Got it. All right. So he said, why are you smiting this brother? Why are you hitting this brother? Go ahead.
And he, verse 14, and he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us?
Say it again.
And he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us?
Say it one more time.
Who made thee a prince and a judge over us?
So what is he saying?
Yes. He's saying, who gave you charge?
Now
You know,
say it like you're down, like you're in Trinidad.
Yeah.
Say it like that.
Yeah. He's saying, you use my boss.
Do you own me? Or I'll get the nigga away.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ragash.
I was gonna say, he was just saying basically, who gave this nigga power over us?
That's what they're saying here. How do you hell? Come on, Shabbat.
Who made you the boss of me?
You're still being nice. You all ain't want to show me how dirty and grimy the fuck you all is on them slaveries.
Yeah, cause I mean, I as a Judah, I would say, who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck is you?
Yeah,
King Tut. Who the hell is you? You Emperor referee now? Go ahead, young brother Zolan.
Kazak took the words right out my mouth.
No sweat. No Officer Kazak.
Officer Kazak Salaki.
No sweat. Yep. That's exactly it. Like, who is you? How would Issachar say it?
Chinchingao said it too.
I know Chingon is somewhere in there. I know Chingon is somewhere in the Lahab in North Carolina told me that Chingon, boy. Chingon. What's it? Pinche puto pendejo. Yeah, boy. You ain't ready for money on the street. You ain't ready for money on the street. I'm like, who the hell is this nigga? Go ahead.
It's just because again, being brought up right now. I didn't know. I didn't want to blurt it out now because it might have been more worse. And I
was hoping you'd help me out. I was hoping you'd help me out and be more worse, right? But that's what they turned to Moses and said, "Who the fuck is you?" Keep reading.
And intendest thou to kill me? As thou killed.
Hold on. What the hell is that shit you reading? Read it again. Oh, you're right. You're right. Go ahead.
Intendest thou to kill me as thou killedest the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known.
They said, nigga, who the fuck is you? No, they was just fighting. Nigga, who the fuck is you? This nigga gonna kill us like he killed that Egyptian.
Yes, like yes, permission to say it.
Go ahead, come on out.
It's like by all your mother cunt now, by the fuck you telling me?
Exactly. Listen, that's what it is. That's what's going on. You get the point? That's what's going on, really, as you go to teach, as you go to do things. And, initially, that's probably what you're going to find. Moses found this here because he had zeal, but he didn't have the Lord with him. In this case here, that's why he killed the Egyptian. And the brothers saw that, and they, in a way, despised Moses for it. You get the point? You would think you standing up to the oppressor for your people, and you would expect your people to be like, hey, good job, brother, good job. Nah, that's not how that should go. That's not how that should go. Your people is going to be the oppressor's watchdog for him. At first, they're going to hate you for saying that about the white man. Why are you talking to him like that? God said to love, you're evil, you're Satan, blah, 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 and the oppressor is just standing there. Moses realized that he needed a greater power to get this job done. He said, surely this thing is known, and that's when he fled. He fled when he realized, okay, the Egyptians, the brothers know what I did, and that shit ain't going over well with them. By the time Pharaoh heard this, I'm done. And he rolled out, and the Lord was able to use him after that. But that's the point I'm making. So like Moses had to go down and see how his brothers was dealing, but he had to become one of his brothers. He did not become one of his brothers. Moses exercised today white privilege or Egyptian privilege. Because if he was one of his brothers, when he saw the Egyptian, what would he have done? What would you do today? Would you seek to put the cup in the dirt? What would you do?
I'd probably pull out my phone, start recording today.
You would start a record. What else?
Probably go write a report about that officer.
You go make a report. What else would you do?
Like I said, I help them, sir.
But okay, now you would get in the fight with the Egyptian or the cop and the brother?
No,
you might. I sure as hell know what he ain't doing. He ain't putting no hands on that cop and pulling him off to do shit. Because you know you are what?
Salaki, sir, in this day and age, I'm liable to get shot, killed by the
That's
officer.
what's liable to happen. You know you are what?
A slave.
You know you're a slave. More specifically, you know you're not white. You know you're not white. How many times we see it? Some sister mouthing off something. You think you one of them white girls? You think he gonna treat you like that shit? White people could do certain things to the oppressor. They could mouth off, yell. Hell, the Afghan shot some cop in Arlington, Fairfax. Cop came up and said, "Why are you swerving?" He said, "I have a gun. Get the fuck back in your car." I started to go off on the cop. The cop was cool, called for backup. The other one there, he cursing them out, telling them, "I should have joined the Taliban. I hate you all. You all lied to me. Blah blah blah. I have a gun. I'm not giving you all to get back in your car. Blah blah blah. Pull out the gun, shoot both of them. Bam bam." Now, as a black man, are you even thinking? What did Philando Castile do? I have a license. I can reach for it, and he died. You understand? Moses came out there. He saw what happened to his people, and he got angry. But he did not react like his people. He reacted as a man with power. You understand? He didn't react like an Israelite. He reacted as a man with power. Other Israelites saw that shit going on. They didn't do what Moses did. You get the point? Moses, he had the power, so he went to do it. He never experienced what the hell was going on. You understand? He never experienced that thing. And it's a learning lesson where you're going to have to become your people. You're going to have to be able to understand what they go through. What we go through. You're going to have to be able to understand it in different languages, in different cultures, different countries, if you're going to make that impact to make sure they start listening. You get the point, so up? All right, let's get back to Romans 11 and 14. So that's what he's saying. I speak to you Gentiles in as much as I am the apostle of the Gentiles. I speak to you brothers because I'm one of you. I was sent to you. I'm one of you. Go ahead.
So I guess there's a question on 13. Also, Gabaraka says, what does he mean when he says, "I magnify my office" at the end of 13?
He's magnifying his office, meaning this is how I make my office bigger. The office I have is, or think of his office as his job or his task, like a department. You get the point? He said, and I speak to you Gentiles, and as much as I am the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify my department. I magnify my office. I bring in this to you, and I'm going to make this job bigger. I'm going to fish more and pull more in. That's what he means when he says, "I magnify my office." All right. I hope you brother understand. We could go?
Okay, sir.
All right, let's get 14.
The book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
If by any means,
sir, I got it.
Okay.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
If by any means I may provoke to emulation them, which are my flesh, and might save some of them.
All right, read it one more time.
Come. If by my means
I may hold on, just for this one, ROI. So what for jumping in, but just because he had the question, I want him to read this so he gets it.
Oh, Khan, sir. Salah.
All right, to water two for jumping in. Go ahead, so I pick it back up from here.
Khan, the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 14. If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh, and might save some of them.
Right. So what is he saying there?
Right. So he's saying, if by any means I may provoke to emulation them which right, it's like, you know, the things that, you know, I went through, or I could say, hey, the same things you're going through, I went through it as well, right? And, you know, in going through it, you know, change could come about, but that change, you know, you must be able to or willing to move away from.
Okay, give me which part of that is if by any means I may provoke to emulation.
Right.
All right. If you don't know what emulation means, you want to look it up.
Can.
All right. In the meantime, Bakwash, let me hear the other question.
Fiery Furnace Finish asks, is there a certain cup or infirmity? Let me put it up there. Is there a certain cup or infirmity that a man of the Lord must bear? Is the wilderness the same as the furnace of adversity one must go through or be a bastard?
Read that one more time.
Khan. Is there a certain cup or infirmity that a man of the Lord must bear?
Is there a certain cup or infirmity? Okay.
And is the wilderness the same as the furnace of adversity one must go through or be a bastard?
What wilderness you're speaking about? The person who asked the question, what wilderness are you speaking about? All right. So what, we found it?
Right. It says emulation, effort to match or surpass a person or achievement, typically by imitation.
All right. You understand it?
Right.
You understand emulation, or you need me to break it down a little bit more?
Okay, we can break it down a little more, Babu Kasha, please.
No sweat. Read it one more time.
Effort to match or surpass a person.
Match, not march.
Can't answer.
To match,
effort,
right?
Can't to match.
Right. Or effort to match or surpass. Go ahead.
A person or achievement. Typically.
Right. Effort, let's stop right there. Effort to match or surpass a person or achievement. Meaning you want to do the exact same thing this person did, or at the very least do that, or surpass them, right? Or surpass this achievement. That's what emulate mean. Typically, it's done how?
Imitation.
By imitating what they do. Because Kobe Bryant loved basketball so much, he imitated Michael Jordan. That's, everybody knows it. He says it. You get the point? It's like that. It's you want to be this thing, or at the very least, you at this level, that same level he is on. So to do that, you now have to imitate this person. You have to do everything they do. Walk how they walk, talk how they talk, dress how they dress, eat what they eat, sleep how they sleep. Do everything like what they do. And that's emulating something or someone. You get the point?
Cancel.
All right, let's go back to verse 13. Verse 14, Slack.
Can. If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh, and might save some of them.
So what does that first part mean? If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh, what does that mean?
Right. I would put myself in like we say, one of the always say their position, or they like imitate them, right?
No, this is you aren't following it all the way through. Read it one more time.
If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh.
Okay, so what is he saying?
Oh.
No sweat. All right, let me give somebody else a shot. Who wants it? Go ahead.
Is he saying that if he can find a way to relate to them by either talking like them or maybe dressing like them? He can...
Is he saying that by him hoping that by him being the example that he could hopefully get some of them to follow him?
You answered. You definitely answered. You closest one to it. Just a little bit more than that, but you answered. I think you and Sawab had it backwards, right? It kind of flipped. From the first one, he's saying he is one of them, but the second one, he's not trying to follow them. He's trying to get them to follow him, right? So he's saying if by any means. So Malcolm X was famous for by any means necessary. That was Paul said that first. Don't give no glory to Islam. Paul said, if by any means, whatever it takes in context, lawfully, that's in the spirit, whatever it takes, I'll do to provoke them to want to be like me. Whatever it is. You get the point? Whatever it is, that's it. Them niggas in the club, we in the club. They're listening to King Vaughn, I'm listening to King Vaughn. They, I don't know. They like Commanders. I like Commanders. Right, Trapad? You see the burgundy and gold. You see the burgundy and gold right here. You get the point? Whatever it takes to provoke them. These DC niggas gonna come in here and see this shit, and they're gonna sign up. If I could have put the W on the door, I would do the damn thing. Even though they're full of L's this season, but that's something else. That's something else. We're gonna take it up with them. You get the point? Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes for you to now inspire something in them, you have to do it. And you can't hesitate. You can't be slow-footed towards it, because this is the business that you are trying to set up in another country that you don't live in. You get the point, so
Answer.
Right? You want to talk to them about Christmas, you're going to have to meet them where they are. Before you get them in that class, you're going to have to do it. All right, you got to meet them where they're at. Now, that could look like a few different things. That could look like being where they are and hanging out at the sports games or the bar. That could also look like getting on that internet that everybody is scrolling on 24/7. They have a whole clinical terminology for it called doom scrolling, where you just scrolling until time passes you by. The sun rises and sets, and you just doing this. Your thumb's strong as shit. You just doing this whole fucking, and now the amount of 30-second videos you don't see now, you could damn near do surgery, right? You need to get there and let them see you, and now they're gonna want to be like you. They're gonna want to, for whatever, they might want fame. So if they like fame, guess what you have to become, so up?
Fame, sir.
You ought to get famous. You understand? If they might be carnal, they might like athletes and basketball, or in your case, football. You had to dust them boots off. You had to put a shield on them boots, put a shield on the ball, go and do some keep-ups and score from half line. You might have to go do that shit. You get the point? You're going to have to do whatever these brothers and sisters is into so you could fish them. Like, you can't fish from the shore. You can't stand on the beach and fish. You had to go out. In context, of course, some people do it. You get the point? But you have to go into the water where the fish is. You understand what I'm saying? You can't stay in your house and fish. Not saying you literally, but you get my point. If you're going to fish, you got to go to the water where the fish is at. So in this case here, you want them to listen. You're going to have to go where they're at. You got to go there. And when you go there, you can't be aloof. You can't be separate. Like every time I go to the UK, me and the brothers go out and they see us and they be like, y'all is Israelites and y'all in here? What's wrong with y'all? And these is regular people. We go buy a drink. The broad come to bring the drinks. He's like, y'all Israelites? And y'all drinking? And we like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You want us to die first? What's wrong with you? But that their perception is you are separate. You get the point? You can't carry it like that, even though you are separate. Even though you live a life that's different. If you can't make them feel as one, they'll never follow you. They'll never, ever follow you. You have to become the type of person that inspires them to want to be like you. It's everything. It's how you eat. It's how you walk. It's how you talk. It's where you go. It's what you do. It's who you're with. It's every single thing. Fishing in this line of work, everything matters. And that's why he said, if by any means I could do it, I'll do it. So now as you down there teaching about Christmas and, whatever, you want them to listen, brother. You got to go debate Santa Claus like them brothers in the UK did. You got to go burn a Christmas tree like the brother in Syracuse did. Of course, check the laws down there first, though. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to spend no bail money for you, Salaki. If I have to, I will. But you know what I mean? You have to create a spectacle. You have to create something that's going to make people listen. You get the point? You're going to have to get creative and shit. Don't look at me with the ideas, and I'll give you all some ideas. You're going to think I'm crazy. But you're going to have to come up with some shit to get people to listen. You're going to have to come up with shit that people are going to hate, but they can't stop watching. That's a gift, Ark. It's a gift to where somebody hates you, but they can't stop watching you. Mayweather was excellent at that shit. People used to watch Mayweather hoping to see him lose. Just to see him lose. Not because he could box or he could do whatever. There's like, man, I hope so-and-so knock his ass out. That's why they watch it. And that's good. Let them watch it. You're going to have to do that if you're going to get them to follow you. You're going to have to be that thing, or else, that's it. And of course, at your rank, you don't have to do it. If you see that another brother has the gift for it, push him into play. Just push him into play. Give him the field and let him run. And you show him what he has to do. But you're going to have to, that's why it says by any means. By any means. You get the point? I'll come. Go ahead, Al. Bakwash.
So it's just like when Officer Kazak posted a simple picture and got 100,000 views.
Shit, give Kazak a hand. Kazak did something. Kazak, I'm low-key jealous of. Kazak post a picture and get more comments and views than I've ever seen on any picture ever. Some 15,000 views on a fucking picture. God damn, Kazak. The Mona Lisa jealous right now. The Mona Lisa there. Up Facebook. But you're going to have to, and they hate him so much, but they can't stop watching. They can't stop following. They can't stop commenting on. And what will that do? That will make Israelites in the world reach out to Kazak because he's getting so much traction, and they look at him and it's like, damn, this nigga here, he fly, he this, he that, whatever. Kazak, what did Broad say to you again? Salak, you want to say it?
Yeah.
Come
on, man. I'm a lowly brother in this work.
Could I say it?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. You can say it.
Listen, I heard under one of them pictures, because I post some sister went on there. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you all? Blah, 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 trying to curse out the devils. Of course, the devils swarm the sister and start commenting at her and in her inbox. And I mean, a ton of hate, more hate than the average human could take. Once again, we professionals, bring the hate. We'll turn it into something else. The sister is like, she reach out, she tell Kazak, listen, I ain't commenting on none of your shit, though. None of your shit no more. But you're fine as hell, though. I said, go ahead, Kazak. Go ahead. Just call her through the damn internet. Go ahead. Just do the whole thing. Bring her in. That's all right. She ain't got to comment no more. Just let her know. Well, you could just text me from now on. Here's my complete. Don't worry. Send your tithes in. You know what I mean? But it's just an example of what you have to do. This is the job. The job is to stir the pot. The job is to flip the table. The job is to become a spectacle. Go ahead. I know you have a precept waiting.
No.
Somebody find the precept. I just said the word. Go ahead.
Now I was about to say, a lot of times I find that, somebody listen to you give them something to drink or something to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Once again, there's food over there if you all want. There's good Coca-Cola and what is this? Taco something and the cilantro sauce and all that good shit. Go ahead.
And I was about to say, so Officer Kazak could go ahead and make the next Shaft remix movie. You know what I'm saying? The remake.
I'm trying to tell you,
that
man.
picture right there.
Just not because I'm gonna make a video saying that don't make me no, never mind. You get the point? But you're gonna have to do it. What's the precept I want?
Oh, Salaki.
Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. Is it 1 Corinthians 4:9?
I don't know. You gotta read it out. What are you thinking, nigga? You just call out a coordinate and I'll tell you what you. I don't know. Go ahead.
For I think that God has set forth us the apostles last.
That's right. That's it. Read it one more time.
For I think that
tell them where you at.
1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. For I think that God hath set forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world.
Right. The Bible's Paul said, read it again.
For I think that God hath set forth.
Thank or think?
For God hath set
for I thank or for I think?
For I think,
okay.
Salakia, sir. For I think that God hath set forth us the apostles last.
Paul is saying, I think the Lord set the apostles last, meaning the truth is the last thing in terms of religion on the earth. You get the point? It's the last thing. Now, the Bible been around, the record's been around. But the truth as it stands is 1969 onwards. And it came forth last as appointed unto death, meaning right at the end of like how at the end of somebody's life is death, that's when the truth is out. Right when we are at the lowest and the most oppressed and death, like people is losing hope right now. And here comes the truth. Truth is set forth last as appointed unto death. Go ahead.
As it were appointed to death.
Right. After all religion, after Christianity, Islam, Catholicism, Buddhism, everything had their run. Everything had their chance in the earth and failed. Here comes the truth now. What do you have to lose? What do you done? Tried everything else. Did it work? No. Try this. As appointed unto death. Go ahead.
For we are made a spectacle unto the world.
For we are made a spectacle unto the world. And you're going to have to be a full out spectacle. And okay, for time's sake, I'm probably not going to go into it because so you could read Ezekiel 37, the valley of the dry bones. So it's two things. You're going to have to keep speaking. You got to keep speaking, keep teaching. You got to teach, speak and teach. You're going to have to remember this is the Lord's message, not yours. You can't take it personal. What's the other thing I said first? There's two things I said as foundation. Oh, and this is the nature of your battle. This is your field you playing on. You get the point, so up? So you keep teaching, but as you teach, you're going to have to become a spectacle act. You're going to have to light a fire in the middle of the night. That's what in the spirit. That's what I mean. It's like how a big bonfire looks in the night, like it's just bright. You can see it from a mile away. You have to become that down there. You just have to just force your way into that thing. Your whole persona sometimes, in some cases, have to change. Some brothers come into the truth with already that type of persona. They're already down there. You know, it's not out of their comfort zone becoming that. Some brothers, they wasn't that in the world, but they have to become that thing. They have to become something that's just, okay, I'll have to listen to this person. Even though I don't like what they're saying or I hear them, you're going to have to become a spectacle, which is why we dress how we dress, which is why we talk how we talk, which is why our camps is set up a certain way. All this is to create this spectacle because you are trying to fish. You're trying to get a brother, a sister from every different walk of life to notice you and listen and to come follow. You get the point? That's part of our job. It's part of our job is, I mean, even down to the address code. You're just gonna have to be so fly, like a nigga in Jordans or them new ugly ass Wale's. I better not see none of you DC niggas in that shoe. You know, Wale get a contract with Nike. Shame on you Negroes. You'll let that ham might come up in DC and get a fucking shoe deal. Shoe look like you just grab something and pick it up like this. You look just like that.
Sir, I apologize.
Damn,
I apologize.
You pay a Passover fee? Huh? Yes, sir. God damn, man. Listen, man, them joints ain't no goddamn fire. Nigga, what the fuck I got on is fire. You have to stand up next to anybody over there. You'll see what fire really look like. You're going to have to be able to walk into a room, and somebody have on Jordans and this and that, and you walk in and everybody look at you. Y'all don't show that shit, Don't show that shit. Please, not on my screen. Take that shit the fuck off. I don't even know what. So you advertising for him now? This nigga ain't paying no money. You gonna show that ugly ass shoe? Let niggas go find it for themselves. Before you buy that shoe or the new Gamma Jordan or the Bama Jordan or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. I say it on purpose. I said it on purpose, you niggas. Bama Jordan. Because y'all ain't pay your Bama Passover fee. We're talking about Gamma Jordan and Wale shoes. Wale Passover fee, nigga. Hell.
Sir, if I could.
So go ahead.
No, I was saying I apologize because you said y'all DC niggas let him get that shoe. Now I didn't get that shoe. I don't even know what it looked like.
Okay, Salakia, brother. I apologize to you. Salakia, brother. Salakia Arawade. I thought you were sitting there on a box of that hot doo-doo that Wale called that shoe. You get the point? My point is, when you step out, everybody got to notice you are. The nigga in the $3,000 shoe or suit or whatever, he got to look at you like, what the hell you got on? Like, damn. He had to stop and look. You have to be like that in all aspects. When you open your mouth to speak, you have to be like that. Let me tell you how serious it was. I'll give you a little bit of advice. Your job requires you to speak. Go learn how to speak. You could learn how to speak. Shapat's still looking at the damn shoe.
It's ugly.
Yeah, go learn how to speak out. There's voice trainers, there's programs you could do, there's exercises you could do, there's breathing exercises. If that's your job, go learn how to speak. Go learn how to read something out and voice inflection, when to go high and low, when to read it slow, fast, loud, to make the impact. If you're serious about it, if you're not serious about it, then don't. But if you want to fish out, you are going to have to, by any means, whatever it is, Sawab, whatever it is. Sawab is one of them brothers the Lord blessed with some long ass hair, him and a card. I don't know what the hell they did in the last life to get hair down the back. Brother, you're going to have to find something to do with that hair, because that is a spectacle. The Baramat a few years ago, the Baramat is the captain over Milwaukee. He had long ass hair. I'm talking about his braids down to probably the middle of his back. And one day, brother, he took the braids out and blew it up. So it's just long hair. And he put a headband on. This nigga looked like what's the basketball player from Conan? Will Chamberlain, one of them. Y'all know Conan, the movie with Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, it was Will.
I believe that is
Go ahead.
Will Chamberlain.
Yeah, it was Will Chamberlain, sir.
You'll see how Will Chamberlain looked with the long hair. The body was longer than that shit. This was when the going live on Facebook was very new. 1 million viewers live. He breaking down the scriptures. Guess what they in the comments saying? Are they saying, oh, that precept is deep?
Nope.
The whole comment was his hair. The broads is like, is that real? Can I braid it? Damn, this nigga got hair. If you want to fish out, be a spectacle. You might save some of them. You might.
So like,
you understand, so up?
Answer.
All right. Go ahead, because I go ahead. So I take that to the town now. Take it out to the town. You understand? Go ahead, because I
Kawakan, just to piggyback on the example you said, so I remember that class because I was in the class responding to sisters' comments, giving them the information to different cities because it was so viral. The class, like I've never seen somebody's class go viral. And just like you said, all he did was take his braids out and he taught class with a headpiece on and his hair is out. And the shit was so glorious looking, such a spectacle that, okay, it made me tune. I always see his classes, but it made me tune in. And when I tuned in, I realized, oh shit, it's viral in here. And like you said, I remember that class specifically because it, like you said, it helped me realize what you always said. We are doing a spiritual job in a carnal world.
Absolutely.
And it's like, ain't nobody asking about the breakdowns. Ain't nobody asking about the scriptures. It was just, everybody was in there, you know, what products you use. Who's your braid? It was all that.
The comments was ridiculous, Zach. It was absolutely ridiculous. I'm just trying to tell you. And listen, that's another part of the fishing. You have a man on the internet responding to the comments because guess what? Guess what happens? Anybody who's ever been fishing, as you fishing, what's going on at the same time? As you fishing.
Typically, somebody else there fishing too.
Somebody else is fishing. I ain't gonna use the somebody else in this case because somebody's always there. So the competition is there. But this is something else. The person who's the other person who's fishing, they're working too, right? So if they gain more fish, they're working harder or better or smarter, right? Or in a better place. But as you fishing, there's other fish trying to catch your fish and did no work. Didn't drop bait at all. You need a man in the comments saying what city you in here. This is the number to the city. What city? You need that so up. You get the point? And for anybody else who watching online, if you're in a fake Israelite group, this advice ain't gonna work for you no way. Right? I'm just telling you straight that you can try and apply it if you want to. This is for men of the Lord. But you're gonna need that as you become the spectacle. You need somebody to work your comments. Respond to comments, give people the info, and you'll get the turnover. You get the point? So what you could listen, you could go and you could bet somebody $100 or $200. Check money budget later on. We go work it out. But you could go down wherever them men hanging out or whatever, and I'll say, listen, I'll give you all X amount of $100 if you could prove to me Christmas is in the Bible. Shit. It'll work. I'm telling you, men gonna want the money, but they ain't gonna be able to prove shit. And then you tell them, listen, man, I'll come back here every Friday with something, and if y'all could prove it, you'll get the money. All right? It's something that could work. You had to examine it, you had to figure it out, you had to know what you're doing, but you really had to think outside the box for where you are at. It would be similar to if a brother was in prison. He has limited resources compared to somebody who is free. Just like I.S.U.P.K, your playing field's a little different to the brothers in America. The playing field here is a little bit different to somewhere else. It's the same job, but the playing field is different. It's a little bit different. You get the point?
Answer.
All right. Where we at now?
There was that question earlier.
All right. First off, let me get before you go to that question, give me Janus real quick. Give me January Janus. Give me Exodus. I want to do this in about 10 to 15 minutes. All right. So I need you all to get quick. Then I'll get the rest of the question. All right. Let me get a picture of Janus up on the screen now. Please. Come on, quickly. What you have? Janus, not Janus. God damn. Let me know in the book watch. I'll check out for you. All right. Let me get that image up. Give me Janus. Who has Janus? Shepard, I need you to focus with me. Pull up Janus and start reading, please. All right, somebody hold Exodus 12 and 2. Let me get Janus. Put the image up on the screen real quick, all right?
I got it, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Janus is a multifaceted concept, primarily known as the two-faced Roman god of beginnings, transitions, doors, and duality.
It's a Greek or a Roman god?
Roman god, sir.
It's a Roman god with two heads, right? And it shows duality of what?
It says of the Roman god of beginnings, transitions, doors, and duality.
Of beginnings, transitions, doors, or duality, right? Okay. Why is Janus important? Because this is the god of the new year. When you say Happy New Year, you are worshiping Janus, right? This look like the one of them horoscope niggas. Which is the two-head one? Gemini, that's the twin one, right? Look kind of the same to me, right? Janus is the god of the new year, which is why the first month of the year is called January, because it comes from him, right? The first month of this Roman year is called January because it comes from him. Janus is the god of beginnings, of transitions, like what? From the old to the new, from night to the light, from dark to the light, from just transitions from young to old. That's why one side is like a young man face, the other side is like an older man face. You get the point? It's a transition period, and it's like doorways. I do believe one part of the door is called a Janus or something like that, either the frame or the threshold. I could be mistaken, but that whole thing is like a door, like you're walking through a door, new beginnings, and that's where they get January from. On January 1st, you're worshiping him. The whole month is dedicated to him. Happy New Year is, saying Janus bless you, or it's the worship of a god, right? Which is damn near all the months. January is Janus. February is February, I believe, right? February is which one?
Yeah. February, sir.
Okay. Right? Which one is that? What does she do? She's the lust one or the fertility one?
She is, so I can pull it up now.
Right? I know March is Mars, the god of war, I believe. Go ahead.
Me, sir, or Shabbat?
Go ahead. I mean, I don't.
If I may, the part of the doorway named after the Roman god Janus is the doorway itself. The entire entrance area.
The entire thing is, attributed to him, right? Because of course, Israelites had doorways, and our door is shaped like what? You'll need to get into Hebrew class. Our door comes from this. The da.
The da, that's right.
The da comes from our door. Why? Because tents, boots, the doorway to the tent. Is this. Right? Right, that's where it comes from. A lot of our alphabet comes from different things that would be what we would call that thing, the beginning of it, right? The A is the cow head, how it has the triangle like this? Like a cow head, and this is the horns. You understand? This part here is the horns. It's a lot of the Hebrew. You only need to get in that Hebrew class, all right? So this would be like our traditional doorway, tent wise. You understand? Of course, the oppressor, his own is like that, the rectangle. You understand? So that would be Janus. Go ahead, Kazak, you had something?
Kawakan, sir. February refers to ancient Roman purification rituals and festivals, particularly the Februalia, held in February. The month named after these rites and cleansing and fertility, involving sacrifices, purification acts like washing, and honoring gods like Februus and Juno Februa.
Right, so that's some old broad. I guarantee you, somewhere in her worship is some nasty sex activity. Yeah, because February, Valentine's Day, and all that shit. With Lupercalia. So all them gods is usually named after something, except I think July and August, which was named after the Caesars, right? Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar. But damn near they all is named after something. January is named after that god Janus, and because it's the beginning of, it's a transition from the old to the new. That's why it's in the middle of the night, from the old to the new, which is not our custom, right? Our new year is in the spring. Give me Exodus 12 and 2.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 2.
Come on.
This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Start at 1.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Verse 3, speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. Verse 4, and if the household, and if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls.
Right. So this whole chapter running down, the first part of it, he's telling you whatever particular month this is, where you're going to take this lamb on the 10th day. This is the first month. It's going to be the beginning of the year, it's the beginning of months. The beginning of months meaning the start of the year. And then he starts to tell you what you're going to do with this lamb, how you're going to prepare it, how much to a household. Skip to verse 11.
Verse 11. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded.
And you should eat it with your loins girded, meaning your belt on, dressed. Go ahead.
Your shoes on your feet.
Right, with your gear on.
And your staff in your hand.
Right, and your staff in your hand. Your staff's in your hand. Go ahead. So you eating this thing like this. You eating with your weapon in your hand. Go ahead.
And ye shall eat it in haste.
And you're going to eat it in haste. You're not going to eat this thing like, a Thanksgiving meal or, some old slow meal you're trying to enjoy. This here, you eat it in haste. And it's going to tell you why. Go ahead.
It is the Lord's Passover.
Because what?
It is the Lord's Passover.
Because it what?
The Lord's Passover.
Because this is the Lord's Passover. Keep reading.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt, I will execute judgment. I am the Lord.
That's some gangster shit right there. I'm going to drive by. I'm going to slide. I'm going to pull up on Egypt. I'm going to pull up. Issachar going to say chingones. Chingon. I'm going to pull up and I'm going to slide on Egypt. I'm going to kill the firstborn. So keep a staff in your hand, because these Egyptians might come through the door. They might blame you for what happened to them. Doesn't that sound familiar? Who else blames you for what's going on?
Shalom, if I could, sir.
Come on, Arawadia.
All of America blames us.
Say it again.
All of America blames us.
All of America. He ain't get nobody a pass. All y'all got to go to the general admin line. Ain't nobody getting in VIP. All of America. Anything going on is these niggas. It's these spics. It's these wetbacks. It's these redskins. It's these, and it's their fault. Anything happen, it's us to blame always. So the Lord said, keep a staff, because they might want to turn on you for what I'm about to do to them. Skip to verse 14.
Verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance, ordinance forever.
Forever, right? That's the command to keep the feast of the Passover and the feast of the Passover is in the first month of the year. Spring is 14 days or 12 days before Passover. That's your new year. You get the point? That's not spring, your new year. Your new year would be then. It's in the spring season, but your new year is, I think it's 14 or 12 days before Passover, right? So in essence, it'll be sometime to the end of March, right? For 2026. Your new year is not January 1st. It's not December 31st into January 1st. It's 12 or 14 days. I forget how much. What is Passover? 14 days in the 14 days. 14 days before Passover. That at sundown that day, that's your new year. You get the point? But if you're smart, you just come down to the Passover and have a week-long party with us. That's what you would do if you were smart. Go ahead.
It's like I said, if I may, yesterday in class, I was teaching that, 14 days before the Passover, we don't have a culture to say Happy New Year on that first day. That's not even our culture.
It's not our culture at all. You know why? But there's something bigger 14 days later. 14 days is what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks before Passover. Sis, what are you doing? You're running down the books with Yahanna, how much jackets you all have, how much this. Y'all should see their merchandise. I think they were the merchants of aforetime. I think they were the merchants down there in Jerusalem, just, catching it out. 14 days before Passover, what are you doing, Shabbat? Making all the overtime you could because you got to, take a week off for your slave. It's coming up. 14 days before Passover, I'm trying to turn this phone off so I could get a garment together because everybody calling, so how to get down? What's the Passover fee? This, that, the other. 14 days before Passover, what you doing, Arawadia?
I'm preparing crazy.
You'll see Arawadia. Pull Arawadia up on the screen. You see this nigga here? Now tell me, he walk in somewhere, anybody watching Wild Issues? You see that headpiece? He making his own jewelry, doing the whole damn thing. But listen, I'm trying to tell you, nigga fly as shit. You know what I mean? 14 days before Passover, he working on a garment. You understand what I'm saying? 14 days before that, brother, ain't nobody had time for no fucking New Year. We got thousands of lamb to slaughter to make for the Passover. Brothers got wine to go prepare. The Shema department doing ridiculous detail to make sure none of y'all ever have to suffer any sort of, violation. You get the point? We celebrating Passover. Forget the New Year. The Lord killed everybody for us 14 days after the New Year. Who cares about that shit? I'm remembering the day they died. You understand? You get the point? Right? So that's your New Year. Like that's not our culture at all. And the New Year is so satanic. I mean, the whole ritual of firing, shots in the air. You online right now, you want a firearm. Do not go out there December 31st and fire no shots into the air, man. You're killing people's children and adults, ridiculously, unknowingly. Bullets come down, man. And they come down almost just as fast as they go up. They fall from a very high height and they fall straight through somebody's head, brother. And they tell you so many people get hit every year from these falling down bullets, hitting cars, hitting houses. Please stop. It's not the New Year. It's not. It's not. Save them bullets. Buy your Passover, pay a Passover fee, buy a ticket to Houston, and come celebrate the Lord's Passover with us.
That's right.
Come keep the feast, keep the tradition, and pray that the Lord does the same to America because they for sure deserve it. They for sure deserve it. Go ahead, priest.
There's a question on topic.
Come on with it.
Says, I am Stampede. It says, Slaka, the website still says last year's Passover. Do we still pay or should we wait till it's updated?
No, go ahead and pay it because your PayPal receipt is going to say the date you paid it, which is after last year's 2025 Passover. Don't worry about what it says. It's going to be updated. All right. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna put in a request to try to get it updated this week for you so that it'll ease your minds. Just pay the damn thing. Listen, Commander Yahanna never robbed nobody a day in his life, man. Don't let Satan play. I know what it looks like. Just go ahead and pay it. Save your receipt. It's going to have the date on it. Everybody going to see. Passover was announced what? Beginning of November, I believe. So you start paying from then on. Everybody gonna know you're paying for 2026 anyway. So don't even sweat it. All right, go ahead and pay it. Everybody log on there now. Leave the class if you need to and go pay a Passover fee now, man. Don't bullshit. You have a whole week of events that you don't have to pay for. You have the kickoff, man, the Passover kickoff lamb slaughter down there at the BH Ranch. They're gonna be lamb slaughter every year. The brothers buy say again? What do you mean? Yep. The Houston we're going right back to the ranch, man. That's home. That's home. The ranch loved us. The brother say he loved how we handle things. He wants us back there again. We're going down there. It's going to be a whole kickoff at that BH Ranch. The first day, lamb slaughter, man. You could come down there and get yourself a lamb. I believe you might be able to get yourself a bull too. Them bulls run bulls about 1,500 to 2,000. Let's put up with our brother. Trust me, it's worth the meat. It's worth it. You're not going to be able to carry it all. You're going to have to give it away. You're going to have to. You can't even break down a whole lamb yourself. I had to buy a whole cooler and cook some lamb down there every year to make it back to DC. Get the point? This year, DC, I'm going to be sponsoring y'all a lamb. Give me a hand. I will make sure y'all get it from like how y'all did it before. And then Captain Akkad loved the lamb slaughter. He working down there with Kazakh. They're planning an entire ridiculous event. They're going to have, the line dancing, the Zydeco. Zydeco or Zydeco?
You said it right the first time. I said Zydeco.
Zydeco. The Zydeco. I'm going to get one of them old, cowboy hats. Boy, I'm going to come through there, man. They're going to have competition. You basketball brothers. They got a 3-point shootout. They're going to slam dunk. Go ahead. You see, Regash did this right here. Regash did this one right here. Y'all don't know, man. Listen, there's some brothers. They're going to take these boots off. They're going to put you all to shame, you young bucks, man. I'm trying to tell you. Right? They're going to have all sorts of competition. Listen, don't worry, Issachar. They leave us out with the football. I'm going to come down with a few footballs. They forget we in Texas. I'll bring out every Issachar right out there. We're going to just be kicking that ball all over the goddamn field. You get the point? Go ahead, Come on.
Look at second entrance, 5 and 53.
God damn. You understand? So the first day is going to be the lamb slaughter. You ain't got to play it. I'm going to just run it through. The first day is going to be, you could, all right, go ahead. Just take the volume off, all right? The first day is going to be the lamb slaughter. All right, in fact, put the volume. Let's play it over. Put it big on the screen. Let's run the ad right now anyway.
Hey, Shalom Israel. I hope y'all ready because it's almost that time again. And this year we doing it big with the Passover week kickoff. Yeah, that's right. We having a whole day of events to start off the 57th annual Passover week the right way. We're going to have the annual lamb slaughter hosted by Captain Akkad, rides and bounce houses for the kids, horseback riding for the adults, and pony rides for the kids. Petting zoo, so you can come see all the little cute farm animals. There's going to be archery, so you can come out and get your Hunger Games on. I hope you ain't scared of worms, because we definitely going to have some fishing out there. Ooh-wee. And to all the Steph Currys, there will be a 3-point shootout and a slam dunk contest with a cash prize. That's right, cash prize for the winner of the 3-point shootout. And I hope y'all bring your cowboy hats and your boots because we're going to have line dancing on deck. So bring your friends, your family, and your appetite because it's going to be a lot of food, brotherhood, sisterhood, and fun for everyone. Wednesday, April 1st. Everybody make your travel arrangements and make it to the Passover week kickoff, Wednesday, April 1st. I hope to see y'all there. If not, you're lost. Shalom.
Yeah, man. Y'all get down to Houston. It's gonna be exciting. You know what I mean? Because Zach, I see you talk about the archery. I ain't hear you talking about the other shooting. Yes, and some of us, this action here is a little too long.
Yeah, right.
I just need a short something right here.
That's right.
I need the cash prize with the grouping is here. That's it. Go ahead, Shapat.
I'm about to say, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was officers Kazakh down in Houston. He sounded like he was one of the Houston brothers down there.
Listen, if by any means he could provoke them to emulation,
that's right.
My flesh. If you need to pour on, you know, I'm talking about. If you need to do that shit, you need to do that shit. If you down to go learn what's the dance to do, what they be going down to do?
The South Side.
If you need to do that shit, he had to do that. You get the point? Me myself, I'm learning that to ride that horse. If you don't see me up, where's my shot? Sir, you wanted me? You know what I mean? So whatever you have to do, you'll get down there. It's going to be the black party. It's going to be scripture breakdown. The kids party, of course. And, you know, Passover is Saturday. Feast of Unleavened Bread Sunday. Make sure you make your arrangements all the way till Sunday night. Don't leave before. You know what I mean? Get down there early. You know what I mean? You know how we always do it. The all black party is always going to be insane thing. I think it's also at the ranch. It's going to be an outdoor event, big stage performance. I mean, come on, man. And you ain't had to pay for none of that shit. So pay your Passover fee now. $200 is nothing, man. It's nothing. You're giving Wally and Jordan for them ugly ass shoes, man. Pay that $200, man. Go in there and pay that shit now. Go and pay that shit now, man. Listen, don't come and greet me in the Passover when I'm asking you for your receipt. And if that shit ain't right, I'm calling security. I'm gonna be a white man on here. Security! Escort you up out of there. Get him out of here. No, I'm joking, of course, but pay the thing, man. All right. So that would be our Passover is during the New Year, the real New Year. And our celebration for Passover trumps anything. You should not celebrate no New Year's, man. It's a satanic time of the year. It's absolute evil. It feeds your lust. You know how much people waiting for January 1st, 001 second to go kill somebody to register the first kill of the year? So what you know what I'm talking about? You know exactly what I don't know how the culture is in New York, but brother, I know in Trinidad and the islands, boy, niggas want to register the first kill of the year. They want to. They want to. Why are we even following this white man's culture? It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's nothing new. No new grass on the ground. Everything hibernating. Everything's still dead. The New Year is Passover time. That's where you should set your mind to, all right? I just want to get through Janus so you all know and you're worshiping another God. You're worshiping another God for the New Year. The Lord say, have no other God but me. All right? Pause right there. Bukwash, what's he holding?
So he said, fiery furnace. Finish says, is there a certain cup or infirmity that a man of the Lord must have? And is the wilderness the same as a furnace of adversity one must go through or be a bastard?
Okay. Run the Passover commercial one more time too. You haven't? Oh, no, not this one. The Passover commercial. Run that real quick. I believe it's at the bottom. It's the last one at the bottom. Give me a second.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders can't give.
All right, so let's get his question back again. Let's read this again. You know, you didn't have to pull that out. Okay, let's play it with an overlay. All right.
Kind of.
Go ahead.
Says Salaka, sir. Is there a certain cup or infirmity that a man of the Lord must bear? And is the wilderness the same as the furnace of adversity one must go through or be a bastard?
All right, I believe I asked him what wilderness is he talking about. All right, did he ever reply to the wilderness?
That, sir. Not.
No?
Lie, sir.
Okay, no sweat. Somebody look up infirmity for me. Also, give me Revelations 10. Hold Revelations 10 for me. Give me infirmity and 2 Corinthians 12 and 7. All right, let's go quickly so we can get the rest of them. Go ahead, Al.
Come on, sir. Infirmity, physical or mental weakness.
Physical or mental weakness. Is there any other context? Okay.
I got it.
Come on.
Infirmity, the quality or state of being infirm, the condition of being feeble, a personal failing.
Weak, that's the same thing he's saying. If being feeble is like being weak, or you could be feeble physically from like a birth issue. You was born that way. Infirmities could also mean illness, right? Like in Spanish, you'll say enferma, right? Meaning you're sick or you have an illness, infirmities, but the sickness is not compromise your weakness. Now it compromises your body, so now you're weak, you're not as strong. Go ahead, Shapat.
Well, I got another one. Illness, especially for long periods or because of old age.
Right. Infirmities is also illness, long period. That's why I wanted the definition, because I don't know which one he's talking about. If he's talking about a sickness that you might get or some disease, or if you bearing a weakness, like meaning this is something that bothers you, all your days in the truth. You come into the truth and you just bothered. Go ahead.
I got more on that. It's physical sickness, weakness, or disability, but also spiritual failings encompassing human frailty, imperfections, and the consequences of sin.
Okay. Right. So all those are context of it. I don't know which one he's referring to, so I'm gonna try to address them all. Go ahead. Andy, brother, the mic, somebody, please.
I have a infirmity in the Bible means as a sickness or bodily disease. In the last instance, the affection seemed to have been deceptive, the discomfort of which might be relieved by alcohol, although the disease would not be cured thereby.
Right. So that's infirmity. That's what I say. That's a context of it. It could be sickness, a health issue. It could be spiritual weakness. It could be a body is weak. It could be something in you, whatever it is, infirmity. So he's asking, is there a certain cup or infirmity that a man of the Lord must bear? And is the wilderness the same as the furnace of adversity? Now, I don't know what the hell the wilderness is. He had to explain to me what he's referring to with that. Now, the first part, this is what I'll answer. Whatever, as you come into the truth, every brother and sister is going to have different things they had to battle. That's the nature of your battlefield. That's the one we pulled, 2nd Esdras 7 and 57. Such is the nature of the battlefield. You probably need to put that precept up there too, Shapat. That one is not up there. All right. Such is the nature of the battlefield. Y'all could find it and just tell the brother where it is. This is the one Kazakh pulled, 7 and 57.
Yeah,
right. Such is the nature of the battlefield. So there's certain things you'll have to battle that somebody else may not have to battle because you came into the truth. You know, in Kentucky, another brother came into the truth in Brazil. That's just it. All right. That's just, you're trying not to distract me, please. Right. That's just the nature of the battlefield as you're rolling through. Right. That's everybody's burden as they come into the truth. Right. Now also give me hold on.
So like I said, you also wanted Revelation 10, but you didn't.
Yep, hold that for me. Pick up. Is it pick up that cross? Yep. No. Don't even give me that. Don't give me that one. All right. So now as you come into the truth, Christ said, be ye perfect as I am. That's what Christ said. Right? What was Christ's infirmity? What was Christ's cup? What was his certain cup?
Salag, if I may, sir.
Come on, Kazak.
That he had to die for Israel.
So if Christ said, be perfect as I am, go die, nigga. Go die in glory. Go do it. You understand? You had to kill the old man and you had to take his place because he died. You understand? That was part of this power breakdown I was going to. I might have to do that next week. But you're going to have to do what he did and do it till he returns. But he didn't have no infirmity. If he did, somebody has to show it to me. The Christians say when he flipped the table, he sinned. I want to flip some of their tables tonight. I want to burn down some of their trees tonight. Let me sin. Let me sin too, since Christ sinned. And I want to be perfect like he was. I want to go in their house and flip their table tomorrow. Round about what time? 4 o'clock? What time do they have that nasty dinner with people they hate? With a bunch of kids that they ain't even sure is theirs. What time do they usually have that Christmas dinner? 4 or 5 o'clock? So that by 7 everybody could be done? Yeah, so around 3:30, I just want to knock on the door, run in there. Knock on the door. Hey, Mary, boom, run through like a bird breaking the line. Run in there and flip the table and run back outside. Right? Christ had no infirmity. So you're going to have to now raise your level. You're going to have to now, in every UPK school, we have a sign in the school that says no excuses. And no excuses mean you're not allowed to be weak. You're not allowed to do it. You have to do what needs to be done at the appropriate time. You're just going to have to do it, and it comes with practice. It's a culture in here. This life that we live is a culture. It's a lifestyle. It's something that you get into, and it's everyday practice. That's why it's universal practical knowledge. So you have to put this into practice as you go. And as you go, brother, over time, you will become that thing. You will become that strong thing that has zero excuse. You get the point? So now, is there a certain cup of infirmity that a man of the Lord must bear? Only to tell the truth, brother, and to follow Christ, to be hated by men. That's about it. There's probably a few more if you want to call those infirmities or a cup. Now, if you're talking about illness and sickness, not every man has to bear it. Some men have it. Some women have it. Some women have more than just, one or some men have more than just one in sickness or whatever. But that doesn't stop you from serving the Lord. You understand? That's not an excuse. We had a brother in here called Officer Ibaria. Officer Ibaria did Hebrew Academy, got his cover and everything. And he did that shit on a K and was a bag full of pills. He was a Vietnam vet. Did the whole thing. What's the other brother who Marat took care of? Officer Marat. Always forget his name.
Sir.
Yawa Ash is another one. You know, had medical issues and did Hebrew Academy. What infirmities we talking about? The brother this year, in the Hebrew Academy this year, he was in a wheelchair doing pull-ups. What infirmities is we talking about? Like the UPK is not, anywhere else. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not anywhere else. Shepard, you want to say something? No, sir. Go ahead.
We also have brothers in the Lions Den, in prison doing Hebrew Academy.
Yeah, brothers in prison. I can't, brother. It's ridiculous to have a brother coming off the street. Imagine being in jail, getting letters with the UPK logo, studying, reading. There's brothers in prison becoming officers.
Yep.
Brother, imagine a man in prison. He becomes an officer. He gets his test. He becomes an officer. He goes to the chaplain, gets permission to teach in the prison, has a Sabbath service in the prison, gets a ram horn and gets the wine through the chaplain because this is legit now. He's a priest. What the fuck is your excuse? Your head hurting? What's your excuse? What is we talking about?
Salaki, sir.
Bro, listen, how come to you? In fact, probably I shouldn't even say it. Go ahead. Go ahead, Arawadi. You saved me, brother. Give Arawadi a hand. I was about to open my mouth and say some shit I had no business saying. Go ahead,
if I could add, Salakia, forgive me for this, but the Zebulonite brother that's out of Milwaukee, he was in his mid-60s, graduated with us in the 22 class.
See? You know what I mean? Like really, there's no infirmities. What happens is sometimes sometimes within brothers and sisters' lives, you come into the truth and your circumstances might change from what it was before. And you was relatively comfortable before, and now you're relatively uncomfortable. And to you, that could seem like, cue the violins, sing the sad song, woe is me, poor me, oh God, holy God, Father. Yeah, it's a girl say, kill last time. Oh, nigga, man up in the shit. For both brothers and sisters, man up in the shit and continue in your work. Call for counsel so you know how to deal with everything. Don't let yourself sit or sink into some old twisted, depressed, have an infirmity ass head ass. Don't do that shit to yourself or to other people. The shit is like a not kryptonite. It's just something that is going to be frowned upon in here. Because now, what you really telling me? What you really telling the next brother or the next sister when you do that? What are you saying to them?
That it's okay to be weak.
I'll take that, but there's something else. There's something else a little bit more unbrotherly. Go ahead.
You're looking for sympathy?
You're looking for sympathy. You want it. And because you're looking for sympathy, what does that mean about your issues?
They're too much for you.
They're too much for you. You want it, but it's something you're really saying to the next brother or the next sister. When you do that, when you sink into it and you become all depressed and all wallowing and just like you have infirmities, you have to be. Go ahead.
That I don't have faith in the Lord.
Well, that too. There's something else. I'll give it to you for time's sake. Go ahead. Somebody's gonna say something.
I was gonna say you saying you could be you just allowed to be weak.
Well, that's what the brother said. That's what the brother said. Go ahead, Shapat.
Like you more special, or you not? I'm not like you.
Yeah, that's it. You just don't understand, because when you get the counsel, it's like this is what you need to do. Man, you ain't hearing me. You just don't. You get the counsel here. You go to somebody else who you like what they'll say, or you think you like what they say, or you'll tell them just enough to elicit or solicit the counsel you want to hear. You think you're special? You're the first person who, you know, there was a few brothers in here that was on dialysis. They left the truth though. But like, what are we talking about? You have a brother in a wheelchair. There's brothers who there's brothers who was in camp coming from a homeless shelter, left the camp, went to the homeless shelter, and showed up the next day to go wherever, and just had to be back in time. And they're not in the homeless shelter no more. What's your problem? There's brothers who found the truth in prison and came out and on the street now teaching. There's brothers who found the truth in prison and they have to do 25 or 30 years and they're in there raising up a nation. What's your problem? What problem you have that we have not heard about, that nobody understands? Because we have a nation. I don't know if you know right now. We have a fucking nation. We got schools all over. So you mean to tell me your problem is so unique, nobody knows what you're going through, so you allowed to just sit there and sulk and mope and just be a whole pussy? Excuse my language. Go ahead.
So like if I may, I don't know if we named them already, but I was always getting a lot of zeal from the story of the brother that passed away on the bench.
That's
right
Ibarian.
Okay,
that's Officer Ibaria.
He was coming to class every day. He could barely make it. And
Officer Ibaria wasn't just coming to class. I believe he was coming for more or to teach, and sat at the bottom of the street that the school is on in Philly. It's a one-way street, slight slope. Got off the metro, came up there, what the L, what they call the L, came up there, sat on the bench, and died on the bench. Passed away on the bench. He's just old. Passed away on the bench in his Hebrew Academy cover, in his headscarf with his boots, fringes, and his bag showing up to duty with his bag of medicine. This big bag of Ziploc bag of medicine right there. What's your problem? What do you have that you can't function in here? That you can't sweep a floor, pick up a crate, take out the trash, light a candle? You mean to tell me your infirmities that you have to bear, nigga, we're bearing you. We're bearing each other. Like, what's the problem? Really, this is what it is, right? And only because I'm not saying this is this person's actual situation, but I kind of have to sift through it because they can't tell me the context in which you're speaking. This is what it is. When somebody is like, this is the problem and I have to handle this and I can't do that, really you just don't want to be part of this and let this house fix your problem. Because if this house fixes your problem, guess what? What happens if this house fixes your problem? Come on. Let me hear you, Issachar.
You have to be part of the house.
Give him a hand. No, you part of us now. Because we made your problems our problems. And sometimes for some people, that's too much. So they have to pull that shit back out. Go ahead.
I was going to say like the example of the man who was living in the mountains and he had legion on him.
Mm-hmm.
And when Yahushua expelled legion out of that man, the city's people who saw him again, they shunned him away and they told Yahushua to leave his town because they didn't want to be fixed.
They didn't want none of the demons out. You understand? So this question is a little bit, you know what I mean? But if you ever feeling like that's the situation, you're letting Satan talk to you. You're letting Satan take you away. You're letting Satan, convince you of what you should not be doing. All right. Give me Revelations 10 and 9.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 10 and verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up. And this shall make thy belly bitter. But it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey.
Right. The angel said, listen, you take this book and you eat it up, meaning not literally eat it, but you read this book. You devour it. You go through this book and get understanding. And it's going to be bitter in your stomach, but in your mouth, it's going to be sweet as honey. Go ahead.
And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth, sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
Right in the beginning, it's sweet. It's in your mouth. It tastes good. But once you digest it and get the understanding, now there's a little bit of bitterness that's set in. And that bitterness comes from understanding. You fully get to understand what's going on. Now, life is not so giddy anymore. Life is not so just free, and now you understand consequences to your decisions. Now you live a little bit more stoic, as before you wasn't really considering too much. Now that could be a burden. That could be a burden to bear, but it sure ain't no infirmity. That could be a cup you had to bear. Now you had to carry, you had to drink from this cup now. But it's not an infirmity. You get the point? Whatever infirmities you have, bring it here, brother. You can get strong, or sister, you could get strong, you could get fixed, you could get cured, or you could be equipped to go to war to fight. All right, go ahead on. 20, we right there on it. So that's it, right? That would be the answer for this question here. The second part of it, he'll have to elaborate, all right? What you have?
Next question is from Drop City. Why only the KJV? The new KJV uses the same source text and is easier to read.
Well, if everything in life was easier, brother, you know, I don't know, this thing wouldn't be what it is. All right. The King James Version is the closest translation to the Hebrew scrolls found in the Qumran caves, aka the Dead Sea Scrolls. The King James Version is like, yeah, the New King James, I should say. That's some Christian bullshit. That's, you know, not it. Let me give you this, all right? Give me the Apocrypha. All right, I know a lot of fake Israelites right now is reading the New King James. That's because the Jewish man is paying them to use it. Like how you could find the truth with the King James, and then you go to the New King James, talking about it's easier to read. Translate it, nigga. Read this thing and put it into today's language. Like, what is you trading for? Because what, the small hat giving you money?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
And that's the whole spirit and culture of our oppressor. There's a community about men who are avoiding things that are not easy. It's called the Red Pill community. They have an entire community of men. They call it MGTOW, MGTOW, men going their own way. And it's a whole community based off of weak men complaining about how women are too hard to understand and too complex, where it's like, okay, well, there's a solution. Go be gay. You know, men going their own way because apparently you want something that's easy and a woman is just too hard. You understand? It's too hard to understand the mood swings and, you know, all the beautiful things that come with a woman being a woman. So it's like that's the whole spirit of like I don't know, maybe because I grew up with a hard father, so it's like the whole vibe for a man to try to look for what's easy, it never sat right with me. It's like,
listen, I definitely agree. Like, that's why I try to default myself from a lot of you know, sometimes your brothers call me, I'll be like, listen, call Kazak, you might understand, I'll pass you out to Bakwash or somebody. But I tend to choose the harder road all the time, and I think it's a fault. Go ahead, Shabbat.
I heard the generals, one of the generals say this before, and I always, when somebody asks me that question, I always refer them to this, if I may.
Come on.
It says, yes, the King James Version is known as a word for word formal equivalence translation, aiming to say as close as possible to the original Hebrew and Greek words. Unlike thought versions that I can't get it out. Prioritize Salaki modern readability.
I mean, There's some things I'm just not giving up. All right. And who asked this? What Drop City? Yeah, there's some things I'm just not giving up. And this old English, this thou and thy and smite us with the stone and shit like that, I'm not giving that shit up, brother. Ever. I'm not giving it up. The only thing I'm trading for this is the Hebrew. You understand? I'm not trading this at all. Now let me give you out the Bible. Why you need the closest translation to the King James Version. Give me Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha, and give me the prologue. Give me the part I want. Who knows where it is? On the second paragraph where it says wherefore. You could go ahead and write it out. Somebody else could read it. Just pass the mic, all right? Who has it? It's on the second side. Right, Issachar, let me hear you. It's on the second side where it says the prologue of the wisdom of Jesus, the son of Sirach. You see that?
Yes.
Go about just after halfway down where it says, wherefore let me entreat you. Just go to halfway and then go down some more. Maybe 2/3 down.
Wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us wherein we may seem to come short in some words which we have labored to interpret.
Right? Because King James paid 47 scholars to translate the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament from the Greek and the Latin, from the Hebrew, Greek, and Latin into this English that we have today. I believe it was I forget it's in the Bible dictionary. I forget the breakup of it, but I believe it was 12 for the Apocrypha. So they're saying here, forgive us for anything that we may have we have come short with some words which we have labored to interpret, because Hebrew is a very pure, blunt language. It's not too much of is and are in Hebrew like how it is in English. English is a very gay language. It's stupid, and Latin comes from Hebrew, and Latin is the mother of damn near all the languages on the earth, and really it comes from Hebrew. So almost like how a brother who's speaking Spanish or French, where words have genders. There's a male pant and a female pant. There's a zapato and a zapata. The shoes for a man, shoes for a woman, right? The Hebrew is very similar, and just like with the Spanish, there would be some words you just don't have an English for it, because with our language, it's not just the saying, it's the feeling evoked in it. It's the mood, which is why for us, we could say what? Man, shit. And it's 3 fucking different meanings. It's a guy, y'all say chingong, chinga. It's different meanings. It's the same goddamn word. But in English, they had to find words for every single thing, and it's just gay. It's stupid. Like, you don't understand what I'm saying? All right, nigga, I ain't talking to you. We're talking amongst ourselves. This is why Esau can't understand how we talk. They don't understand our flow. They don't understand things we say. So he's explaining it here now that in some words from the Hebrew, they come short with it. And they're saying, forgive them for it, right? Keep reading after interpret.
For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them.
For some of these things uttered in Hebrew, when you translate it into another tongue, they don't have the same force. They don't have the same force. And anybody who speaks a different language, you know, if you say this in English, that ain't coming over like how you would say it if you say it in your tongue. Even to a point how Benjamites have a certain accent, or you call it Creole, or even brothers down south, they will have a different dialect of certain things they say. You know, if you try to say that proper, that shit ain't coming out right. You understand? That shit don't come out right. All right, go ahead.
Salaki, yes, sir. Like when you said that, my mind instantly went to a saying, I forget which tribe it come from, but basically it's suck your mother. but saying that in a certain type of tone and with a certain accent to it.
Yeah, it don't sound right when you say that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Like,
just don't. It don't sound.
I said it like that on purpose.
Like certain things I wouldn't say that you might say. I can't say that shit. It just gonna lose. It's like throwing a pebble versus when you say it's a bullet. Go ahead.
Like about me, I think I seen Officer Yashika post the one where you could say orale, or like a million different ways.
Exactly.
Like it's how you say it.
It's just how you say it. That's just how our language is. So now, if he's telling you some words lose their force when it was translated into the King James, and all them new international versions and new King James come from the King James, what do you think you getting, Drop City? If this been stepped on, what the fuck you getting? you getting, you getting something that you ought to sniff the whole bag if you ought to get high. This is the purest form outside of the Hebrew. All right. If you don't know how to read it, or your leaders are too weak to read it, just come here. We're strong enough. We can handle that thing. Your leaders don't want to learn to read the King James. Not yours, but some of them leaders don't want to learn to read the King James, but they would learn to order a pagan cake on Amazon. They would learn that and then make it disappear. I wonder what he getting for Christmas. I wonder what's coming down his chimney.
A Diddy glove. A Diddy glove going down his chimney, sir.
Listen, what else we have?
We have did the children of Israel have any handmaids and servants when they left out of Egypt? And if so, were there any possibility of an Edomite being handmaid or servant in Egypt?
The children of Israel were the handmaids and servants leaving out of Egypt, with the exception of the nobility, right? And there's no heathen that came with Israel. That mixed multitude is not heathens, right? It's all us. All right, I think that's about it.
There was one more.
Go ahead, up.
No, I can wait, sir.
Okay, no sweat. Quickly.
Sir. Basically, they asked if someone asked if King, it's like a Brazilian there it is. Brazilian armored catfish, is that lawful?
Is catfish lawful? I don't think so. Just looking at that motherfucker, if you eat that shit, brother, I think you put your mouth on anything. God damn, that shit is an ugly ass fish.
Sir. Yeah, he said it's the person said that it has scales and fins. I'm looking at it. It looks like it has scales, but it doesn't.
Okay, hold on.
Brazilian catfish.
Brazilian
armored catfish.
Brazilian armored catfish. Okay, go ahead. Because Sawap.
Nah, Salakia, so Officer
my Salakia. God damn, hell no. This shit is.
Catfish
unlawful. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, Salakia, so just saying catfish unlawful.
Yeah, catfish unlawful. So, you got Brazilian catfish. You might be a passport, bro. you want anything that's not American, right? So if it named catfish, why you touching it? Yeah, this shit ain't got no scales. You not peeling that shit off. This shit has armor on it. Damn near. The shit swims in the desert. Yeah. The Lord didn't make this thing to be eaten. He put the armor on it so you wouldn't eat it. I don't understand this question, Like, there's so much other fish you could eat. Snapper, whiting, salmon. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, go ahead.
It's like if I made like the other ones that the Lord said don't eat, it's a bottom feeder. You know what I mean? Most bottom feeders, anything's bad for you.
I mean, it could be a top feeder. If the Lord say don't eat it, I ain't eating it. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with what it eats or what it doesn't eat. Chickens eat their own shit, but I ain't telling you no KFC. I'm telling you straight up. You can bring a box of original up in here. If you want me to talk, FBI, if you don't want me to talk and say whatever, just give me a box of KFC, man. We call it a day. You get the point? Christy Noam or whatever your name is. Yeah, I mean, I don't care what it eats, is what the Lord says. So yeah, that's unlawful. It's catfish. Don't eat it. All right. What else we have? That Arwad, you was gonna say something?
Oh, Khan, sir.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say to water to you, Most High in Christ. another class that you had taught where you said how to identify how you know that Amalek is really paying those fake Israelites by the little tassels that they be wearing.
Yep.
I just wanted to bring it out. So
Most High in Christ, most I'm gonna probably look for a clip of that too and put that up. Yeah, they're paying them. They're paying them to do it, and all of a sudden these fake Israelites are using NIV because really they are there to take away from what we're doing. Once again, they're not the fisherman in the other boat. They some old bottom feeder trying to catch the fish that you catch. You get the point? So they're trying to. It's easier to read. You don't got to wear the fringes, the manly fringes. You got to wear the old sissy fringes. You get the point? You don't got to wear a headpiece and look all strange. You can wear a baseball cap to camp. Like, I don't know what the hell you think this is. You get the point? You don't have to, keep the Passover. You can go to the strip club. The same one who had the thing in his ass was in the strip club with with bottles with girls. They had the video. The brother lean over to the broad and say, "So you got a man?" The bitch in a damn bikini in the strip club serving you a bottle with frizzy shit on it with sparklies. You want to know if she has a man? Some of these niggas will put him out on anything. I bet you he asks about the catfish. I bet you he asks about that little nasty thing. Yeah, I wouldn't follow anything they're doing, brother. Some things is just leave it how it is. Leave that thing how it is. The King James version is what we use. All right. I ain't going no more. Sleeping with a white woman with cornrows. UPK Shalat. That's right. All right. I ain't going no more. With that, I pass the class over to priest and officer Shapat. I'm gonna do that the power breakdown next week. All right. With power from the Lord. Because if you could change the title, I don't know if it could. But I'm gonna do that next week, all right?
Oh, God, sir. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We got I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. Rules for new brothers and sisters. The new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in Hebrew and it's pronounced ma'asher. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, get it in the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation. Purim, 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, Monday the 2nd.
Mute the mic, whoever, if you don't mind.
Sir?
No, the mic, just mute the mic that's coming. That's Trinidad. Trinidad, you might have to mute your mic, all right? Go ahead, Shapat, please. Not him, man. Trinidad is right there.
Come, sir. Purim, 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, Monday the 2nd of March, and Tuesday the 3rd of March, 2026. You find this in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. Also, we got the Lord's 57th annual Passover on Saturday, April the 4th in Houston, Texas. We got a whole week of events from April the 1st to April the 5th. You know what I'm saying? It's a $200 fee, Passover fee for all that are 17 years of age and older. That everybody's supposed to come on out to the Passover. You know what I'm saying? It's an obligation for everybody. Make sure you make all your travel arrangements. You know what I'm saying? Book your hotels. You know what I'm saying? We know we're always going to have a ball. You know what I'm saying? Also, make sure you pay your tithes. Salaka, sir, anything else you want to add?
No, I'm too wild, brother.
Come, sir. Remind Akme to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on. I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a troop in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black hairband, a scarf. And with that, I think I might him, which means to stand. Since you may see it, we'll give a courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Mount Shabbat, Mike, Barak. Yahanna, Shimmy, Al-Shabrak,
Yahweh Shimmy Al-Shabrak.
Yad Yamata, Saw, which means to turn. Sister, you may stand. I might you. With a courtesy salute to the sister. Minute Bithri, Ahmad Shabbat, Mike, Barak. Yad Yamata, class dismissed.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.